Hello, my name is Recky. Welcome back to Severe Avalanches reaction. Well, something like that. The video we're going to watch is completely new to me. I don't know much about avalanches. We don't have that thing in Sweden, probably, but it's not even close to how deadly they actually can be. It's from the channel Underworld, and if you want to check it out, link for the channel and as well for this video we're going to watch is available in the description. And go there and give them the support that they so much deserve. This is 5 extreme avalanche caught on camera, and they're quite deadly. I know nothing about them. Well, that they're deadly, of course. If you're doing all this, smack the like and of course hit that subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And a big thank you to my channel members and my patrons. Amazing support. A big shout out to the Supreme Tier donators over by YouTube and Patreon. Thank you. Thank you. Personal shout outs to the ultimate supporters, Deja, Walt, Roni, Dwayne, Tammy, and Kevin. And don't forget to check out Recky and Carol's channel. Unboxings, cookings, and stuff like that. Not a cooking show. No. We went to a castle once. You can't miss that. You cannot miss that. So go check it out. Let's do this. Avalanches.
Video of 2 tourists narrowly escaping one of the largest avalanches. From an incredible video of 2 tourists narrowly escaping one of the largest avalanches ever caught on camera, to a shocking video of a monstrous wall of snow slamming into a cameraman in Kyrgyzstan, and even a snowboarder narrowly escaping with his life. Here are 5 extreme avalanches that were caught on camera. The Sierra Nevada mountain range runs about 400 miles north to south, mainly through California, while briefly crossing the border into Nevada. There you'll find Lake Tahoe, the largest alpine lake in North America, and General Sherman, the largest tree by volume worldwide. The Sierra Nevada is also home to the Sonora Pass, a road that stretches 10,000 feet above sea level and winds through the picturesque mountains. Along the road, you'll find several backcountry ski and snowboard spots that winter sports fans like to hit. One of those spots is called The Plank, which features several mini spots made famous by California snowboarders. One snowboarder hits a jump, tries a trick, and then lands hard in the powder below. Apparently, that landing was enough to send a tremor up the mountain and trigger an avalanche. Recalling the event, the snowboarder called it one of the scariest days of his life. In the video, you can see the snowmobiles below, but if you look closer, you can see that up top, where the man started his run, were 3 other people, now caught on the edge of a cliff with the avalanche quickly advancing.
Oh my God, lucky.
Nobody was hurt or injured in any way during the freak disaster. At most, the group lost 1 snowboard and a helmet, but all made it back to the lodge safely. That day taught them all a valuable lesson. Nothing
Just a small fart will probably set that off.
Is 100% safe, especially out in nature.
Wow.
Kyrgyzstan is a landlocked country in Central Asia between China and Kazakhstan. It's a relatively new country, officially declaring independence from the Soviet Union in 1991. However, things haven't been very stable between several uprisings, coups, and assassinations. Political instability mirrors the geographical instability atop the Tian Shan Mountains, also known as the Mountains of Heaven. These mountains run through several countries and into northern China, and are technically a part of the Himalayan belt. Of course, the Himalayas are known for violent avalanches. The same is true for any associated mountains. On July 8th of 2022, a group of hikers witnessed firsthand how mighty the Mountains of Heaven can be. Thankfully, everybody survived without a scratch.
I wonder if you can hear it. Yep. I concur. Wow. Oh shit, it's still going.
Oh God. Oh dear God.
While on a guided tour through the Jakku
I was not expecting it to travel that far.
Pass, 8 Brits and an American watch as a wall of snow and ice races towards them. There's no outrunning it, so all they can do is hunker down and hope that most of the snow rushes overhead. Perhaps the most amazing shot is when the snow cascades like a tsunami over the lip and looks like it's moving in slow motion. The avalanche hits them in the blink of an eye, and our cameraman ducks for cover as the snow rushes overhead. Now you might be thinking, run, run, run! But that wall of snow made it from the mountain to the camera in about 40 seconds.
Yeah.
There was no running. As the tour group reached the highest point on the trail, our cameraman broke off to take a few pictures. That's when he heard ice cracking from atop the mountain. He'd been standing there for a few minutes and knew there was a spot to hide when the snow eventually hit him. Though risking it for the footage was worth it, there was a moment when he worried for his life. The snow basically blocked out the sun, and breathing became a chore. Would he do it again? Perhaps.
Wow. Number 3.
Patagonia is an exciting part of the world. It encompasses the southern half of South America and is controlled by Chile and Argentina. Along the Chilean border, the Andes Mountains act as the dividing line between the two countries. The Chilean side features glaciers and temperate rainforests, while the Argentinian side features vast deserts and grasslands. Clearly, Patagonia has a lot going on. While hiking through the Torres del Paine National Park, 2 tourists watched a massive avalanche barreling down the mountain. What began as an awe-inspiring sight turned dangerous pretty quickly as the avalanche loomed like an ominous cloud of snow over their heads.
Oh, impresionante esta weá, weón. Woo! No, si
You
no
can
hay-
hear it roaring. It's gonna slam right into that wall beneath them.
Oh.
Look
Nunca
at that.
pensé
It's like foam.
ver
Look
una
at that.
avalancha en vivo y en directo. A deleitarse con esto, señores.
Oye, weón, si eres weón.
Well, they think they're pretty safe here. No worries.
¿Tú crees que llegue? Oh, oh.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, now you can start to be nervous and freak out a bit. This bad boy ain't stopping.
Oh. ¿Dónde está acá atrás, weón? Oh, loco, weón. Menos mal que no íbamos bajando, weón.
Oh, wow.
Concha tu madre, está pura nieve. Está en nieve, weón.
A lot of profanity in Spanish, I hear.
Como pueden ver, la avalancha casi nos cubre.
The hell?
Ahí está Chicho. Estamos victoriosos que no llegó la avalancha hasta acá.
The avalanche
Wow.
starts far away, so our tourists have time to record and appreciate the sight before it gets too close. Perhaps they underestimated how fast and powerful the snow really is. How could it possibly reach them? 30 seconds later, it looks like a nuclear blast of snow and ice detonated in the valley. The snow keeps moving and ends up on top of them within a minute. They take a few steps back, but there is no outrunning it now. But the avalanche loses most of its force and turns into a cloud of loose snow. It finally starts snowing on our 2 tourists, like 2 kids at the end of a made-for-TV Christmas movie. According to Powder magazine, the Chilean attitude towards avalanches was pretty lax until the mid-2000s. Until then, most avalanche-related deaths involved the mining industry, with only a few related to backcountry sports.
Powder.
Now, those numbers have flipped as backcountry skiing has grown in popularity. Clearly, these two dudes skipped Avalanche Safety Day. They probably don't teach you to drop everything and film it.
But if there's no running away, I mean, what should you do?
At 18,500 feet above sea level, Mount Elbrus is the highest peak and tallest volcano in Russia and all of Europe. Thankfully, the volcano sits dormant in the southern Russian Republic of Kabardino-Balkaria. Apparently, the volcano was dormant enough to build Mount Elbrus Ski Resort, which features 14 miles of trails and 7 chairlifts.
Wow.
But, like all snow-capped peaks, Mount Elbrus is home to massive and deadly avalanches. To avoid catastrophe, some ski resorts practice controlled avalanches to clear loose snow while nobody is on the mountain. On December 21st of 2021, the Mount Elbrus Resort did just that. However, they may not have known Alexei Ivanov and his buddy were in the lodge at the time.
Красава, красава. К нам идет, 100%. Хорошо бы без машины. Юра, закрывай. Тихо, 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 тихо. Блин, он граница прям идет. Вот это да. Ух ты, блин.
Still moving.
Вот это.
Still moving.
Готов? Готов. Ух. Охренеть. Нас откопают отсюда теперь.
The giant cloud of snow blocks the background as it makes its way towards the lodges. Alexei and his friend can't help but get excited, knowing they're safe inside the building. Still, the sight of all that snow rushing towards them was enough to get the adrenaline pumping. The cloud consumes the building in front of them before completely engulfing the one they're in. To trigger the avalanche, resort workers fired artillery cannons at the mountain. You know, one of those long green artillery cannons you see in movies and in museums. Now, while that sounds like the most Russian thing you've ever heard of, it's actually a common practice in the United States. Mountain authorities have been using U.S. military-grade weapons since the 1940s to trigger controlled avalanches.
I like that. One time there was a news coming from Sweden. We had a big forest fire that was spreading somewhere up north, and they did everything they could with dumping water. It did not work. And so they come up with the second best idea, which is to bomb it. So they actually brought in the Swedish Air Force using, I think it was JAS, the Gripen one, to actually bomb the fire. And believe it, you can Google it. It actually worked. And that is the most coolest thing I ever heard Sweden ever did. Let's bomb the fire instead. It actually worked, I think.
The Jeseniki Mountains form the eastern section of the Sudeten Range, stretching across the Czech Republic, Bohemia, Moravia, and Poland. There are several ski resorts across the Jeseniki Mountains, but some extreme sport enthusiasts prefer to go off-trail. And while you'll never encounter a line of annoying children in ski school, you're still putting yourself in harm's way by riding off the beaten path. Lucas Novak and his girlfriend Pavlina enjoyed backcountry skiing in the Jeseniki Mountains in March of 2018.
Wow.
They got their GoPros ready and headed down the mountain, but their ride was cut short when the snow beneath them gave way, and Lucas got caught in an avalanche. Thankfully, his airbag saved his life.
Yeah, that was a close one. I don't know how the airbag. I don't know how the airbag or air balloon works.
Even the slightest bit of pressure can cause unstable snow to, well, snowball into an avalanche. Lucas learned that the hard way
Holy crap.
moments after taking off. He falls backward and slides with the snow as it steers him towards the trees. Thinking quickly, he pulls the cord on his avalanche airbag, which keeps him from sinking into the snow. He misses the first tree branch he reaches for,
I didn't
but
know that.
clings to the next. The snow moves on, leaving Lucas happy to be alive. So, did you know avalanche airbags were a thing before this video? Aside from your beacon and shovel, airbags are an essential safety tool for anyone hiking or skiing in areas prone to avalanches. Be ready to shell out some serious cash for one though. Top-of-the-line bags cost upwards of $1,400. But we'd probably shell out $1,000 if it meant not dying in an avalanche.
Yep.
Hopefully, those trees didn't rip Lucas's bag. But then again, he hopes he never has to use it again. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it, then be sure to click the link on screen now. With that,
I don't know what the balloons. I think it was pretty cool that it actually was a thing. My question is, if you use it once, is it gone forever? Do you have to buy a new one, or can you repack it? I think you have to buy a new one, because I think they work exactly like an airbag on a car. But I don't know. I'm not a skier. I went skiing once. I hit an old lady. That was it. True story, though. It's a very true story. First time skiing, hit an old lady, and I packed my skis and never went again. If you did enjoy this, smack the like, and of course hit that subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you have or been considering, click join to become a member, or check out the Patreon. It's available pinned on top of all the comments. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Recky. You stay safe.